The Adventures of the Magic Hand Light. Once upon a time, in a small town named Flickerburg, there lived a boy named Tommy who was famous for one thing: he was scared of the dark. Every night, Tommy would pile up mountains of pillows and blankets around his bed to protect himself from the shadowy shapes that danced across his room. One day, while Tommy was searching through the attic for a missing sock, he stumbled upon an old, dusty flashlight. But this wasn't just any ordinary flashlight. It was glowing faintly even without batteries. Curious, Tommy switched it on. Zap! The flashlight didn't just shine, it talked. A cheerful voice came from the beam of light. "Hello, I'm Sparky, the Magic Hand Light. You must be my new owner. What's your name?" Tommy dropped the flashlight in shock. "It talks." "A flashlight talks?" Sparky bounced in the air and giggled. "Of course, I talk. I also do magic. Want to see?" Tommy, still wide-eyed, nodded slowly. Sparky twirled in the air, and with a bright flash, Tommy's room transformed into a giant pillow fort. A friendly, fluffy dragon named Puff appeared in the corner, snoring gently on a pile of marshmallows. Why is there a dragon in my room?" Tommy asked, confused. "That's Puff. Don't worry, he only wakes up if you run out of marshmallows. Just keep the marshmallow bowl full, and you'll be fine," Sparky said, beaming with pride. Tommy was starting to think this magic hand light was pretty cool. "So, what else can you do?" "Oh, I can do lots of things. Want to play hide and seek?" Sparky's light began flickering mischievously. "But be warned, when I hide, I can turn anything invisible." Before Tommy could answer, Sparky disappeared. Tommy looked around his room, which had turned back to normal, except for the fact that his socks, shoes, and even his favorite toy robot were now floating in midair, completely invisible except for their faint outlines. "Hey! Give me back my stuff!" Tommy laughed, trying to grab at the floating socks. "You have to find me first." Sparky's voice echoed, though Tommy couldn't see where it was coming from. The chase was on. Tommy spent the next hour trying to catch the sneaky hand light as it made his things disappear one by one. His invisible socks danced across the floor, his toy robot started playing the drums with invisible sticks, and even the marshmallow bowl started floating away. Finally, Tommy managed to catch Sparky under his blanket. "Gotcha!" Sparky's light flickered happily. Okay, you win. But don't worry, I'll bring everything back." With a quick flash, all of Tommy's things reappeared, right where they belonged. Just as Tommy was about to ask what other magical things Sparky could do, his mom knocked on the door. "Tommy, time for bed," she called. Tommy frowned. "But it's dark out." Sparky nudged him with a soft glow. "Don't worry, with me around, the dark isn't so scary anymore." That night, for the first time ever, Tommy didn't build a pillow fort. Instead, he held Sparky in his hand, and the magic hand light shone brightly, turning the shadows on the wall into funny dancing animals and sparkly stars. From that day on, Tommy and Sparky had many magical adventures together. They explored invisible castles, turned vegetables into candy, and even traveled to the moon. And every night, with Sparky by his side, Tommy slept peacefully, knowing that no matter how dark it got, he had a little bit of magic in his hand. The end.